Welcome back. We're going to do another unboxing, installation, and review of H10's LED fog lights. Here's the model number, and this is going to be on a 2016 Ford F150. When we open the box, the LED lights come in this baggie. Let's go ahead and open them up. Just pull one out right now to take a look at it. So they have their logo on it. So you have one LED, or is that two? That's two, facing forward. And then two every 90 degrees for a total of 8. Then it has your normal plug for the style that it is. O-ring to keep the water out. So far it looks pretty nice. Here's a comparison of the two lights. The LED one is shorter, but it's fatter around. It actually just barely fits because the opening of the hole is only the size of this outer plastic, and where the O-ring seals, that's the opening. So as you can tell here, the normal light has a lot more wiggle room, but I can proudly say that this fits right in with no issues whatsoever.
Here we have some information about these LEDs. They're 900 lumens. They're going to last roughly 60,000 hours. Plug and play, which means that obviously there's no adapters, unlike HID kits, which is another option, but I don't recommend them after using them. Alright, now we're going to look at this spec sheet. We don't need to know all the information, but we do need to know a few things. First, supply voltage is 12 volts, so it's going to work just fine with all the vehicles. And the current's a little over half an amp, 600 milliamps. The last thing, which is the most important thing for most people, is what color the light's going to be. Okay, so this is 5666K. 6000K is like the pure white. So this is really close, and you probably won't even be able to tell a difference if you had this 5666 versus a 6000, but very white light.
Here are the tools you're going to need for the job: 1/4 inch ratchet, 1/4 inch extension, 7/32 socket, and a panel popper. First we want to jack up the truck to give us more clearance in the front. Next, turn your wheel as hard as you can towards the center of the vehicle. That way, it's easier to get to the screws. You have one here, one right here. You have another one right in here. And then the last one is straight up right here. Now take your fingers and lefty-loosey this, and then you should be able to pull it out. To get this out, you need to make sure that you pull this out enough so that these little fingers will collapse and it'll come out of that hole. Lastly, you need to take your tool and pop that clip out. Now that clip is just a push install, so it may get damaged when you remove it, but you can just find those at AutoZone or O'Reilly or any other auto parts store. Just take that one in and buy new ones if it gets damaged. Now we have all the screws, and that front clip and the clip on top out. Now we can go ahead and remove this out of your way. You're gonna have to pull this from behind the clip, from behind the fender on both of these. So you just have to fiddle with it a little, wiggle it around so you can get it out. The fog light is right above the crash bar and just to the right of that air duct. Now you're going to rotate the bulb from the bottom, is the easier way. Rotate the bulb counterclockwise, about 45 degrees. Give it a little wiggle. Go ahead, pull it out. You're going to feed the bulb in from the top. It's easier to get it in the hole that way. And then it's easier to rotate it though from the bottom, so you can get the leverage. Now grab your connector again. And go ahead, plug it in, push it up and wait for the click. Once the click's in, you know it's connected. Now we'll just package this all back up, put all the screws, the clips in, and we're done. Here's the difference side by side. We have the Oedro fog light on the left and a factory Sylvania bulb on the right. So here is what the spread looks like with just the fog lights. And I am roughly 20 feet away from this wall. Here's what the fog lights look like with the headlights on. So you could tell my headlights are currently the Silver Stars, and it's a brighter white, and the fog lights are more yellow. Now let's compare this to the LED fog lights. Here's what it looks like now with the LED fog lights. The light is more diffused, right? Before it used to have a fog light line that you could exactly see. With the LEDs, it's more spread out. Here's the LEDs with the headlights, and I'll turn off the fog lights so you can see. See how the fog lights cover more area